If you're anything like me, the first time you saw the Adidas Yeezy 350 V3, you were just like, heck no, I am not interested in that. What are they doing? They've gone, it's wrong, stop it. Stop destroying a beautiful shoe. The 350 V2s and the 350 V1s, indeed the 350 V2 Generation 2s are all iconic looking sneakers and they're absolutely fire. What on earth are you doing, Adidas? What on earth are you doing, Kanye West? But I'm here to tell you today that it's not as bad as it looks. I think a lot of people are just like, whoa, where did that come from? But I've had a good look at these guys, not in hand, obviously. As you know, my channel is growing, so until it grows big enough, I don't get sneakers in hand often. Not never, but often. But with these guys, there are enough points on them that I can see the V1, V2, V2 Generation 2, V3 trajectory. I can see where they were going with it and how they would get to the V3. So it's not as bad as you think, but it is as bad as you think. So I'm going to take you through, for me, what it is about these upcoming releases of the Adidas Yeezy 350 V3s that I like, but also why I think there's a feature on here that's just going to be terminal until at least the V4s come out. I don't think it's going to work, but we can only wait and see. For now though, what we're looking at today is a first impression of the upcoming release of the Adidas Yeezy 350 V3s. This is a Tokyo About a 23 Sneaker Channel, Tokyo About a 23 Sneaker Channel です。毎日アップするので、毎日見てください. And I bring you content every single day from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews. And what we're looking at today is the projected upcoming release of the Adidas Yeezy 350 V3s. Now I say projected because I've seen these in two places only. So that's not enough to confidently say that this is for sure what will drop. Even just last week, I dropped a second video. Originally, I dropped a video about Jordan 10 camos, which was about 3 potential colorways that could have come out in the camos that they were projecting for the Jordan 10. 2 of them didn't and 1 did. So then when that 1 did come through to official images, I focused in on that and did another video, a second video of that. But even after all that, what dropped wasn't either of the 2 videos I made. The second one was close, but they actually changed the outsole, whereas I had an olive and black outsole in my video. It was a tan and black outsole that actually dropped. So there's no guarantee that this is what is going to drop. This could be conjecture, it could be trial, it could be like test run, see what the reaction is and then redesign. So there's no guarantee that this is what is actually going to drop, but based on what we've seen, I'm going to give you my reaction to that. But as this is a YouTube channel, I rely on subscribers. Now I do have a few hundred subscribers who I appreciate very much. A lot actually. I really appreciate people subscribing to my channel. But if you're not one of them, if you're out there watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to the channel and help me grow. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say at the start of all of my videos in Japanese, 登録よろしくお願いします。どんどんチャンネルが大きくなっているので、もう登録してくれた方にありがとうございます。これから登録する方にはぜひ登録をよろしくお願いします。Okay, let's have a look at these guys. Now, at the start of the video, I said it's not all that bad. My first instinct was the trajectory of the Yeezy 350 V1s, V2s, second generation V2s, and then V3s are going in a different direction, much like the Ultra Boost 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 2019s. A massive departure from what had come before, and that's what I felt the first time I looked at these 350 V3s. But then I had a closer look and I could see some trajectory that does follow through, so it's not just a complete departure. Now, the places that I see that are in the laces, where the laces are still that sort of rope effect laces, which are kind of a signature of all of the Yeezy 350 lines so far. I also see it in the prime knit, and you really do see the evolution of the prime knit. V1s was a very sort of uniform prime knit. V2s originally had a little bit of sort of design in there. prime knit, but not much. But then when the translucent stripe V2s came out and they really went to work on the prime knit, and that changed the dynamic of the prime knit there. And then if you look at the prime knit on these guys and these projected V3s, you can see that they've evolved and moved around a little bit. Oh, shoot, I just moved the camera. Why did I do that? I hope I'm still visible and you're not just looking at my forehead. But so the prime knit, you can see the evolution of it, and the prime knit does look like a next step in that evolution. And I think it is a fair evolution of the prime knit. It's not like they've taken liberties or they've gone way off course on it. It's just a next step along those lines. And that's one of the places where that stays true is in the toe box area, where you've got that, you know, heavily stitched, what would we call that, join between two parts of the prime knit, which is a kind of constant in 350s. So you've got the prime knit, and then you've also got the evolution of the translucent stripe on the side, whereas it was kind of long and thin like a beluga stripe on the 350 V2 second generations. Now it's sort of shorter and a bit sort of wider around about the midfoot or the quarter of the sneaker. So the prime knit and the laces and the translucent stripe on the side are all a natural evolution of what's come before in the 350 line. But what isn't a natural evolution, what's a departure, and in my mind, what's a failing, is the midsole and outsole element of the shoe. And it's a failing in 3 different ways, which is a lot of ways for it to be a failing. The first way is I'm not a fan of, let me put it, I was going to say I don't like, but I'm not a fan of, or I don't appreciate the smoothness of the midsole. Now, the midsole on 350s has tended to be ribbed or sort of bumpy or in some way pronounced, but on these guys it's a real smooth sheen all along the side and to the heel area of the sneaker. So that's strike 1 for me. Strike 2 is the translucent or semi-translucent nature of it, and the way that comes up onto the upper in particular, and then as the midsole thins and becomes more translucent and then merges into the upper, I don't like it. I think it looks kind of cheap, or I don't know, it just doesn't gel with me. I think it's probably not going to be the most stable midsole to upper connection that you're going to get either, and it's not something that I'm all that keen about. And then the final thing about the midsole and the outsole that I don't like is the big chunky assness of it at the heel. I do not like the shape of the heel and the midsole. It's almost like it's like a Pegasus 35 in a way, a Nike Pegasus 35 that comes more to a point than to a round. It's not like a sharp point like the Pegasus 35 is, but it is that, you know, and it kind of comes up. It's almost like they've gone for more performance, like running performance, rather than streetwear and style on these. And that, particularly the heel element of the midsole and the outsole, it looks chunky, and the lines of it, they just don't fit the lines of the rest of the sneaker. Like most of the rest of the sneaker is these horizontal lines where the translucent stripe is, or the midsole is, and that kind of stuff. But then when you come to the back, it's got this sort of turn. It turns up, you know, into a more vertical effect. I just don't think it looks all that good. Now, that's not to say that this is what's actually going to go into commercial production. Maybe they just drop these photos and trial these guys out there, get feedback, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be talking about, the midsole, the outsole, and the heel section, and then maybe they adjust and alter that. For now, though, it's a bit of a no for me, to be honest. I don't know if they'll grow on me or not. I do think the V2s and the V1s are iconic, and they were iconic as soon as they dropped. It was like, yo, that's fire. So these V3s, I'm like, you know, not my cup of tea, to be honest. So that's my initial considered reaction. Had I done this video a week ago, I would have just been like, oh, they're horrible and ugly. But it turns out that for me, you know, with the prime knit especially, there's definitely sort of an evolution trajectory there. But with the midsole and the outsole, it's less so, and I'm not not really on board with it, but we'll see where they go with this. I mean, I dropped a video earlier in the year about the Yeezy 451s, and we haven't heard anything about them yet. So there's always change, and there's always thrust and counter thrust when it comes to these things. So you never know if these are going to be what get to the market. But for now, that's what's out there. That's my opinion of it. And if you have an opinion, please tell me in the comments down below. I do like to mash it up in the comments down below and hear what other people have to say about sneakers. Anyway, time for me to sign off, say what I do at the end of all my videos. I do appreciate you guys being here very, very much. Thank you very much for checking out my content. I am here every single day. It's a big challenge for me, but at the moment, I'm keeping that challenge going. And I am here every single day, which means at the end of every single one of my videos, I get to say to you that you're guaranteed to see me tomorrow.